Hello, welcome back. This is part 2 of how to get Substance Painter lighting uh, exactly the same as you see in Substance Painter. So when you create your object and your texture, you're like, I go into Maya, why isn't it the same? It has everything to do with HDR, like I said before, using the exact same map. Needs to be an HDR image, so it has to have the extension of .hdr. So check all that stuff to make sure that you're good to go. Well, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a dome right away. So we're back into Maya. We've got all the textures exported, and now we're going to click on a sky dome. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add that map to it. So let's go to the top, and next to color, we're going to go into 2D textures, file, and make sure that you turn the filter type to off. And we're going to go ahead and find that texture, and there it is. Open that up. Okay, and we're going to face the cube in the Z. Okay, right. So we should be good here. Where's the Z? Right there. Okay. All right, that's where the sun is facing, I believe. Okay. And so let's go ahead and add the textures and see how that all looks. Okay, so let's go in and add a AI standard surface material. So I'm going to go in here to assign new material. And I'm going to go ahead and AI standard surface. Let's rename that something like box ATX, something like that. And scroll up, and under colors, go ahead and add the color to it. Textures file. And let's go into quadratic to be off. This is going to be the color map. So what's the new textures? Color. Open that up. Hit the 6 key. There we go. And there we have it. And that looks about the same. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go into add the roughness map. Okay. Same exact thing. Find the texture. Metallic. And this one is going to be raw. And you can see that we've got some kind of a weird warning. I just ignore that. And I'm going to scroll down to alphas limit under color balance. Turn that on, alphas limits. That's the big one right here. Make sure you don't forget that. Okay, that's on your metallic map. All right, raw. Let's go back to roughness. So here's our roughness one. Whoops. Oh, I put the wrong one. I put it in the wrong one. Let's go back in here. It's okay, we can change that. Made a mistake. Metallic, that's good. Raw. No biggie. Turn that on, alpha's luminance. So color space is raw, alpha's luminance. Let's go back here and go back into my roughness and get that roughness map in there because I put the wrong one in there. Let's put the roughness in there. There we go. Alright, so we need that to be raw. Color space. And alpha's luminance. That's great. So now we've got the metalness, the metallic and the metalness, and the roughness and the roughness. And then we need now to do the bump map. And we need to set that up as tangent space normals. Go into the input, click that off. And this will be the normal map. And this will be raw as well. Here we go. And we want to turn that off. Alpha is luminance is off. There we go. So there we have it. Okay. So if you find that the normal map isn't working properly, like things aren't bumping out, then go to Arnold, and you might have to turn the flip G channel off, uncheck it, or the flip R channel. Okay, try turning those off or on. I have them on right now. I think it's working fine. Okay. All right, so we're good to go. Now we're ready to do our first render. Make sure Arnold is set up. So I'm going to go to Arnold, and it's all defaulted. There's nothing I've changed here at all. This is default. And let's go ahead and do a render and see how that looks. Setting up all the textures. And there we go. And there it is. That's our render. Looks like the metallic is working great. A lot of you guys are having some serious problems with your metallic maps. So what I'm going to do is kind of rotate this around. I don't think it's set up just quite right. I want it facing towards the sun. See if that's going to work. There we go. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. So what we can do is see what it looks in here. Let's see, it's darker back here, so that's kind of what we're seeing here in that same kind of viewport. And it's looking really close. We just have a little more contrast in the image for render, and that's normal, I think, and I think it actually makes it look better. This is pretty flat. So what that makes me wonder is if we change that to untone map, and now they're almost identical. You see what's happening here? So it's just we got a shadow right here, and we probably need to rotate that around. I can easily do that. Rotate that. So we get a shadow back over there. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm doing it the exact opposite here. Bring that back around this way. Okay, try that. There we go. That's it. So let's rotate that like that. Rotate. Whoops. The wrong thing. Rotate it like that. A little bit like that. And do another render. And that looks pretty. That's almost spot on. And I did the untone map. It was like this. It's whatever you think. I mean, if you want it exactly like what you're getting in Substance Painter, that's it right there, and that's the untone. I prefer the more contrasty look, but that's entirely up to you. And there you go. That's it. I mean, they're pretty close. I mean, I suppose if you nitpick, you might see some differences, but I think it's pretty close. All right, that's it. So now you know how to do exactly the same, get the same exact render now. I don't like the background showing, so we can change that quickly by going into visibility. Make sure that you highlight the dome, Arnold Dome, and turn that down, so now we can render that out. So that'll give you a nice contrast. There we go. That's it. So I just showed you how to do step by step exactly to get it set up exactly to look exactly the same as Substance Painter. So that's, some of you were asking for that, and that's how you do it. All right, have a great day, and hopefully this helps you guys clarify some stuff that maybe you had some questions about why Maya was not rendering exactly the same as what you were seeing in Substance Painter. So hopefully that takes care of that. And now you have that choice of doing that. I prefer to find my own HDR images, and they will look a little different. Okay, they will look a little different than Substance Painter, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Some of you are kind of stuck on, I want it to look exactly like what I see in Substance Painter. If that's the case, then you have to use the exact same HDR image, which I showed you how to use. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.